rise for the singing of the national anthem.
Oh, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, over bright and bright stars, through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streamed, and the rockets dragged around. Come on, mercy in there, gave through the night, that our flag was still there. Oh, say, just as our spangled banner yet waves, o'er the land of the free, in the home of
If I may ask you all to stay standing up for the singing of the Indian National Anthem, I'd like to introduce Ms. Alka Bhatnagar and Vijaya Asuri.
जन गण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्छल जलधि तरंगा तब शुभ नामे जागे तब शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तब जय गाथा जन गण मंगल दायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे। Thank you.
Thank you all so much. We'll have a seat, please. I want to welcome everyone to the annual Unity Dinner. I want to thank you all for taking time out of what I'm sure is a busy and full schedule to join me tonight in celebrating unity and diversity. As you all know, the Unity Dinner rose from the ashes of tragedy, the attempt to bring people together, to use an attack not as a reason for fear or hate, but as an impetus for dialogue, for understanding, and for collaboration. Now, in its 16th year, they do grow up so fast. That message rings truer than ever. But that message of unity and diversity continues to see its own challenges in many forms. In the past, at these events, I've spoken to you about difficult topics not often discussed in polite and civilized conversation. I've spoken to you about revolution in the midst of a spring in countries far, far away. I've spoken to you about religion, faith, the courage of compromise. I've even spoken to you about allowing and in fact encouraging opposing points of view, meeting them head on rather than suppressing them. Today I thought I'd talk to you about a much less controversial topic. Me. You see, I'm the man in the middle. So let me tell you a little bit about the man in the middle. I'm a fairly simple man. I tend to wake up most mornings worrying more about my responsibility than my rights. I worry about my responsibility to my family, not just food and clothing and shelter and school and even electronics within reason. I worry about the awesome responsibility of turning out children who are ultimately committed, like I am, to leaving this world just a little bit better than when they found it. I'm honored by that responsibility, as I tend to believe most people are. But I'm dismayed in terms like family values, decency, are used pejoratively or scorned at or mocked. I worry about my responsibility to my good Mother Earth. I believe in conservation, being as kind as we possibly can be to our environment. Not because the government tells me to, but because it's the right thing to do. I get annoyed at the single-issue crowd who myopically uses my environmental conscience as a political bludgeon with which to hammer the opposition. I worry about my responsibility as an employee to employees who are good, hardworking, committed people. People who get justifiably upset when one or more of their colleagues abuses well-intentioned but often ill-conceived workplace regulations to game the system. That doesn't hurt me as an employee, it hurts them. I worry about my responsibility to my maker, to my religion and my spirituality. I'm God-fearing, I'm not particularly observant. I respect the rights of others to practice their religion, so long as it doesn't infringe on my right to practice mine. After all, a wise man once said, when we speak of rights, we need to make a distinction between where the rights of your fist end and the rights of my nose begin. I worry about my civic responsibility, a responsibility perhaps, sadly, not taken seriously today as it has been in the past. I want to participate in our democracy, but at every turn I'm met with yelling, vitriol, trolling, shouting, and signs and protests from both sides. I'm dismayed at the reflexive questioning of the moral character of anyone who dare share an opposing point of view. I worry about my responsibility as a citizen. I'm an immigrant. We all are, either directly or by lineage. Like other immigrants, I didn't come here seeking welfare. I came here seeking opportunity. I'm honored to be a citizen, a productive member of society. Having done it the right way, waiting in line, waiting my turn. It bothers me when other people jump in the front of the line in the same way it bothers me when somebody jumps in the front of the line at a grocery store or an amusement park. I worry about my responsibilities in America, to stand for something greater than myself. For the guarantee of equal opportunity, not equal outcome. For the promise of a life of liberty, free from the burden of anyone, in any form imposing their will on me, no matter how pure they may feel their motivations are, on either side of the aisle. Being in the middle, I'm typically too busy building a business, or building a family, or building a life to be keenly aware of campaigns and PACs. But when I get a sense that I have no voice because I'm busy working and building rather than protesting and yelling, I start to take notice. We're all in this together, including me, my friends in the middle. While we may be busy toiling in obscurity, there are more than a few of us, and eventually we do take notice. So if true unity is to be achieved, by all means, get out the vote if you can. Mobilize your base if you must. But please, 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 don't forget about me, the man in the middle. Thank you. going to be a little bit of a change. We're actually going to invite you to dinner now. In the past, we waited, but you all look so hungry, famished practically. I'm going to give you about 10 minutes, if you'd be so kind, as to move to the dinner, make your plates, come back to your seats, and I promise you there is spectacular entertainment in store for all of you. Thank you so much.
I used to think that I could not go on, and life was nothing but an awful song. But now I know the meaning of true love. I'm leaning on the everlasting arms. If I can see it, then I can do it. If I just believe it, there's nothing to it. I believe I can fly. I believe I can touch the sky. I think about it every night and day. Spread my wings and fly away. I believe I can soar. I see me running through that open door. I believe I can fly. I believe I can fly. I believe I can fly. See, I was on the verge of breaking down. Sometimes silence achieve. But first I know it starts inside of me. Oh, if I can see it, then I can be it. If I just believe it, there's nothing to it. I believe I can fly. I believe I can touch the sky. I think about it every night and day. Spread my wings and fly away. I believe I can soar. I see me running through that open door. I believe I can fly. I believe I can fly. Oh, I believe I can fly. Hey, 'cause I believe in you. Oh, if I can see it, then I can do it. I can do it. If I just believe it, there's nothing to it. I believe I can fly. I believe I can touch the sky.
एक जिंदगी सबको मिली, इंसानियत की राह पे चलो, ना भेदभाव कोई रहे, सबके लिए जगह दिल में हो.
Open your heart and spread your love to the world, 'cause we're all the same. Let there be peace, let there be faith. अब मेरे संग कहो.
Again. All right, I'll whistle. No. I have an incredible treat for you. Thank you. I call that the whistle by proxy. I'm going to invite Karina and Ariana, proud daughters of Dr. Seema Salwan, granddaughters of Vijay and Dr. Salwan, to sing a song for you. What a special treat. Let's give them a big round of applause.
My name is Karina Sharma, and we're going to sing one mantra and then we'll sing the song. Vakritunda Mahakaya Suryakroti Samprabha Nirvignam Kurume Devo Sarvakareshu Sarvada.
very pleased to announce that we have a special treat for you. The ancient Chinese dancing troupe. I'd like you to put your hands together and give a big, big, big round of applause. I have to move the stage. my esteemed honor and privilege to introduce to you my other better half. My better half sits there, but my other better half is David Bonacorsi. David, my co-MC, this is your life.
Thank you, Dr. Besh. Good evening for the 16th Annual Unity and Diversity Dinner here at ICC in Milpitas. Yes, let's give a round of applause for Jeevan and for Dr. Besh and for our wonderful entertainers. I was asked to give a few opening remarks that are somewhat serious, but do end on a more positive note. And I was asked to talk a little bit about the hate crimes that we've been experiencing in this country. But before I do, as a proud Italian American, I want to talk about something that many people do not know about, which happened in 1942, and the Italian American community was very much affected by it. On December 7th, 1941, we had Pearl Harbor. The very, very next day, there was a proclamation issued, which was Proclamation 2527, which immediately declared 600,000 legal residents who were Italian as enemy aliens. And what that meant was, as enemy aliens, they were immediately subject to deportation or arrest, or that their property could be seized. And the following year, in early 42, the FBI began doing raids on Italian American homes, even homes of U.S. citizens, based only on probable cause, based only on the fact that somebody might be an enemy alien there, to see if they had any contraband. So we all hear about Executive Order 9066, which was the internment of the Japanese Americans, but una storia segreta in Italian means the secret story or the secret history that we don't hear about. Why is that important today? Because we all think, or many of us who have been here a couple of generations think, that terrorism or threats to our country are from other people. It has happened to many, many of us in this country. And for those of us that have been here for a couple of generations, we need to remember our history. Dr. Besh mentioned that Jeevan and the Indo American Community Federation had the first Unity and Diversity dinner in 2001 after 9/11. And what was that gripping image that we had of that terrible, terrible day? We had the Twin Towers that were collapsing in the ashes and people running away. But who were running towards the Twin Towers? We had our fire, the New York Fire Department and the New York Police Department. They were rushing into danger, rushing in as first responders. Let's fast forward to today, where there's a lot of animosity, a lot of concern. We recently had a situation where an Indo American engineer near Kansas City was shot and killed. And he was shot and killed not because the person that killed him thought he was Indian, but because he thought he was Middle Eastern or Iranian. But what happened in our community? What happened in the city of Fremont, where I'm honored to be a city council member now, where in Fremont, 42% of our citizens, our residents, were born in the United States. We had first responders of a different kind, and they're here this evening. We had Rina Rao and Mahesh Pekala, who organized a vigil on March 2nd at Lake Elizabeth. Let's give them a round of applause. But their vigil would not have been possible without the immediate cooperation of our leadership in the city of Fremont, where that day I got a call. I was a very new council member. I got a text from our city manager saying that evening we're going to have the vigil at Lake Elizabeth. And we had a few police that had to work overtime at Lake Elizabeth to make sure that there was security. We had all 5 council members, our mayor and 5 council members, show up in this vigil to give witness, to give support, and that's how we are all first responders. So tonight, all of you here are first responders. All of you here come together in unity and diversity and in support for what Jeevan has started 16 years ago and what we continue to do 16 years later. I want you to have a wonderful evening into the celebration. Thank you. At this point, I'd like to, if he's here, I'd like to introduce a director from the Indo American Community Federation, Dr. Amesh Kumar. Is Dr. Kumar here?
Yes, he is.
There he is. There you go.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we are gathered here at the 16th Unity Dinner. Even though, as you heard, the journey all of us have in this country is not very smooth. That's why we need the unity. And one thing I'm so proud of Jivan Juchi to bring all of us together on this 16th annual Unity Diversity Day. What I have been hearing recently in the Supreme Court nominees confirmation hearing, which made me so proud that I'm part of this beautiful country, which I adopted as my land of opportunities, as my worship and work in this country. When he said that he is going to be justice for the poor, he is going to be justice for the rich, he is going to be justice for the powerful and for the meek in the same way. And that's what this country stands for. Even though we didn't have the smooth ride as we heard, but this, we may have many opposite and different opinions in the world, in our own country. We just saw some of the things just happened today on that healthcare bill which didn't go through the way they wanted it to go through. Still we are part of this great nation. We are part of this unity. That's why we need to stand together. That's why we are together. That this country stands for the principles of equality, principles of fairness, principles of equal justice for everyone. That's why we need to celebrate these days more often. And I want to congratulate and invite Jivan Chuchi on the stage to come and say about his vision, what led him to start this unity dinner for all of us and bringing all of us together. Jivan Chuchi.
Even Tootsie, everybody. Even Tootsie.
Thank you, Dr. Kumar. Thank you, Dr. Kumar. Thank you very much for being here. This is, as you all know, our 16th annual event, and it's very heartening to see all of you year after year celebrating unity and diversity. And I think it's extremely important that we continue to do that. At this point, I would like to invite Godrich. Is Godrich Anamika here? Godrich Properties. Anamika? Yeah, she's here. Godrich Properties, they're visiting from India. They're a brand name in India, and they're here to serve the non-resident Indians and any other Americans who would like to buy a home or buy any property in India. And we have this wonderful, wonderful lady here, Anamika, who is going to tell you a little more about it. Anamika.
Thank you, Jivan sir. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's my pleasure to be the part of this particular event. Well, as you are aware that I'm Anamika, I'm from Godrich Properties, serving in this company from last 5 years. And recently I've joined this particular program where I'm taking care of this US and Canada market. So You must be knowing about the Godrej, we were there in electronic projects, we were there in FMCG, and in this real estate industry, we are there from last 30 years. In fact, if we talk about last financial year, we have done a total business of somewhere around 6,000 crore, and US being the main, the potential market for us, who has contributed somewhere around 150 CR. So I'm very glad that Godrej has been associated with Jeevan sir. So he's our official partner to promote Godrej in California and Bay Area. So I'm over here with you all. If anybody of you are interested to buy any property or have any kind of query you want to know about, you want any kind of a consultation about Indian property, you can contact me or Jeevan sir over here. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for being here. I would like to invite now our sweet, very, very dear Richa Sandhu. She is the daughter of our director, co-founder, Dr. Deepak Sajdev, and you all know him. Richa is here and she is representing San Jose Behavioral Health. Richa, please come.
Thank you so much, Jeevan Uncle and ICF for inviting San Jose Behavioral Health to this always beautiful event. Our team and myself wanted to congratulate ICF on the 16th annual Unity Dinner. And I'm so proud to see this federation grow and flourish over the years. On a personal level, I define myself as a very strong advocate for mental health and a very proud representative of the Indian community. I'm so delighted and proud today to be representing a facility which helps marry both of these passions and prides itself on helping anyone who feels they themselves or a loved one needs support. I am grateful to be able to connect my passion for clinical outreach with our melting pot of cultures in the Silicon Valley and the Bay Area. San Jose Behavioral Health is an 80-bed inpatient facility, and we have also just jump-started our new outpatient facility. Our services are supporting those with depression, anxiety, suicide, substance abuse, and a plethora of very common needs in our present-day society. We would like to continue to educate and support our community. On that note, I don't want to bore anyone, but I would like to introduce our Director of Business Development, our amazing Cameron Bolish, all the way from North Carolina, to speak a few words as well. Thank you so much.
As Richa said, my name is Cameron Bolish. I'm the Director of Business Development at San Jose Behavioral Health Hospital. I just arrived here about 3 weeks ago, so I apologize if I haven't figured everything out. But when Richa told me about this beautiful event, it was reminded of what my parents raised me to be. Respectful of my elders, always looking after the women and the children, and always being kind. And she said, "You're going to have to speak at this event." And I said, but why me? And I was standing in between her and one of our other colleagues who's also Indian, but I learned a very valuable lesson. Richa, who was nervous about this, said, "Well, I'm going to speak because I am Indian American, and he can't speak because he's an American Indian, but I'm the one with the dot and not the hoi, 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 hoi." And I said, "Well, why am I going to speak?" She said, "Because you're white." I have never felt so boring in my life. So here I was at work, nervous today to be on time, so I was ready to go at 5:30, learned another valuable lesson, Indian Standard Time. And what I've learned is that this event hasn't even really started yet. It's gonna start tomorrow. We're just getting ready for it now. All jokes aside, we at San Jose Behavioral Health like to have fun. We like to laugh, and we like to be a part of society. We treat individuals, our loved ones, your loved ones, that have lost that laughter. And that's why we're here, is to help bring that laughter back. for anybody and everybody that can valuably use our services. So thank you very much for putting on this event and bringing this community together. And I pray if you or your loved ones need our services that we're there to meet the mark. So God bless and have a very good night.
Thank you very much. I would like to invite Ginny Bailey. Ginny, are you here? Ginny is a local attorney and she has her own legal business now. And she's also very helpful to the community. I remember a couple of years back when some people had some problem and she just took care of them even without charging them any money, some senior citizens. And she is awesome. Ginny.
Well, Mr. Tusti said everything for me, so I'm glad to be part of this event and thank you so much for making part of this.
We are very proud to have you, really. We're proud to have you as a silver sponsor and thank you so much for being here. We have a very serious topic that we are discussing today. And as we all know, in these changing times, it has become more important that we promote unity in diversity and we try to resolve issues. Indo Americans have contributed significantly. And I think many people don't know about the contributions. And we have to do a lot more. We have to let everyone else know that we are part of this country. We believe in the Constitution. We're hardworking people. And we believe in harmony. So on that note, we're very, very delighted that I think it was 1 week's notice that our Honorable District Attorney, Nancy O'Malley, she is here with us. And we're very delighted. Nancy, where are you? I can't see. Please come. And we also have our former Congressman Mike Honda. And I will also request him to please join us here. It's so amazing. Last year I had given this date to Congressman Honda that our unity dinner is on this date. And just only last week, he remembered and he said, I am going to be at that event because I believe in unity, I believe in harmony. And he has never missed this event. In 16 years, I think he only one time could not come because he was in Washington, D.C. We're very honored to have him. We're really honored to have Congressman Mike Honda. And of course, our very dear District Attorney of Alameda County, Nancy O'Malley. She is a champion. Actually, nationally, she's known for her work, which she's doing for human trafficking. And she's a leader. And I would like to request Nancy and then Congressman Honda to say a few words.
Thank you so much, Yvonne. Thank you. Thank you to everyone and good evening. I first want to start by thanking you for allowing me to have a few minutes with you tonight. And I have to say that in talking with so many people, seeing friends, meeting new friends, that I'm so inspired and so proud to be here. And tonight's theme about renewing our commitment, I tell you as the district attorney and as a member of our community that I'm proud to renew my own personal commitment and that of my office to promote unity and to celebrate our diversity.